We need to talk about the Ironmouse situation.
Welcome. Come join the angry British man. I feel like online lately, it has been a miserable experience for any of us to be online. And I actively feel that my mental health gets drained slowly using any online platform, especially Twitter. I think
You gotta
Twitter
take people
allowing
less
people
seriously.
to make money from ads is probably one of the worst changes to any platform in history. Sure, I get $20 here and there for tweeting a funny picture of my giant monkey behind me, but there are those
nice
who use it
picture.
to spread misinformation, lies, just make stuff up, spew absolute vile hatred stuff. It's a pretty horrible experience to use it now, as Twitter seems to feel like it only wants outragement bait or tweets that'll make people angry.
Yeah, because that's what people click on. It's kind of like when you look at the videos and there are a lot of people like, man, why are the edits like this? Like, why are there like so many like fast edits at the beginning of a video? And like, why are like the thumbnails like that? And like, why is the title like super clickbait like that? And the reason why it's like that is because people click on it. Me personally, and like the editors as well, like I know for a fact Julio, who's one of the editors, doesn't actually like those kind of videos. He doesn't like the super epileptic fast like editing, but that's what people like. There's a thing called retention, where it's basically like your video gets like served to people based on like how long they watch. So like if somebody clicks on your video and they immediately click off, it gets served to less people. Having those things makes it so people watch longer, which like increases like your video getting sent to other people.
If you're not seeing that, you're seeing somebody get killed. And don't get me started on TikTok and Instagram, which are famous for their brutal comments. Being online right now is cruel. Nobody has any respect for each other. This video is about one thing. It's about the weird blanket hatred towards VTubers. I've seen a massive hate train against Ironmouse, which I don't understand.
I'm gonna be real here, guys. Welcome to not having mainstream views for the last 4 years. All of this like, oh man, like there's all this like, hey dude, it's been like that. You guys are just seeing it now.
And I know that you guys aren't the ones doing this. You guys watching this video are very normal and well-adjusted people, and I appreciate that. But there are a lot of people online that seem to just have fun ruining other people's lives. I don't understand it. Now, you're probably wondering, why am I bringing all of this up? Well, don't worry. It'll all make sense. Just get along for the ride and listen to the weird British man rant at you. You see, in 2024, Ironmouse broke the all-time sub record on Twitch. It was a massive achievement. It was...
What was the amount on that?
I'm sure
That's crazy.
An amazing and an inspiring moment for all of us, as well as Mouse. Unfortunately, probably what you didn't see was the deluge of vile comments, disturbing threats, and just overall
damn, that not good.
hatred towards Mouse. And I'd love to tell you that this all started here, and sadly this is a thing that has been going on for a very, very long time. And this is not just for Mouse. VTubers in general have had to deal with a lot of shit just for being an anime girl or boy on the internet. So let's go back in.
Well, I mean, to be fair, like people hate anime too. There's a lot of like hatred towards anime in general.
Time a little bit so that we can better understand the full scope of this mess. Yes, you got me. This is a video about me defending my...
Do you guys remember when Elon Musk changed his fucking profile pic to Edward Elric and people got really fucking mad at him? Good times, man. Good times.
friend. 100%. I'm not even trying to hide that. But I also just want to bring a tiny bit of attention to the level of normalized hate that is just for some reason acceptable. And hopefully that, maybe this video can make a tiny bit of a change. Because what some of these creators have to endure is on a level that I've
Well, it's because people have been so hateful online towards people that are considered persona non grata. Like they just have been allowed to foster like high levels of hate towards people. So like, yeah, why wouldn't that increase the temperature and like make everyone else more hateful? Obviously, like when you normalize like hate towards a group of people because they're outside of your group, then yes, obviously, it's gonna make everybody more hateful.
Never seen before on the internet, and I've been here.
This has been ramping for years.
4 years ago, VTubers had a massive explosion in popularity here in the West. Now, obviously, they've been around in Japan for a while because this is very Japanese coded. But 4 years ago, they blew up and people started getting into them. However, there was a lot of pushback from people like me included who were kind of like, what is this? I don't know what this is. But I like it, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to see. And I'm sure any VTuber who was around in this era could tell you the amount of hatred that was given out towards VTubers. Like, why are you using a voice changer? Are you a man? Are you an AI, perhaps? And during this boom is when a lot of people found Ironmouse as well. Now, Ironmouse had actually been streaming a long time before this as well, but it wasn't until this moment where a lot of VTubers were on Twitch and kind of getting great viewership. Now, obviously, VTubers choose to be represented by an avatar for a multitude of reasons.
I looked straight at the boobs. They were like bouncing up and down.
But for Mouse,
I looked
it was
straight
now,
at it. If I had like an eye tracker, it would have been like right on there, you know?
Represented by an avatar for a multitude of reasons, but for Mouse, it was for anonymity, which is why most VTubers do it. And now look, I cannot talk for Mouse. You know, Mouse is her own person, but you know, Mouse has been sick for a very, very long time with a multitude of illnesses, but the main one being primary immune deficiency. Primary immune deficiency is slightly different to autoimmune diseases that you might have heard about. Autoimmune diseases are where your immune system kind of attacks itself, whereas primary immune deficiency means that your immune system just doesn't work or doesn't work very well. And I'm sure a lot of my viewers are familiar with this because I'm always raising money for charities that want to find cures and support people with primary immune deficiencies. And when you have a really bad case of primary immune deficiency, it means that stuff like vaccines don't work on you. It means that you're worried about getting sick constantly from everything. Whereas maybe you and I could eat a bunch of dirt, maybe going even near dirt or someone who's slightly ill 20 feet away could easily get you sick or give you a bad case of pneumonia. This disease means that Mouse pretty much can't interact with anyone and can't leave.
Yeah, it's basically like, you know how like old people like have a hard time with like getting sick and stuff? Like they get sick like a lot more easily. It's kind of like that basically.
Her room. And even if she wanted to, Mouse was
like even like for old people, like a simple sickness can be like super deadly.
Disabled for a very long time and has slowly started to regain the ability to walk thanks to being able to finally support premium healthcare. Yay, love America. So this meant the only human contact the Mouse got was pretty much talking to her parents or very close family who she was kind of already adjusted to, and family who understood about the disease and took precautions. And look, I know this is a lot of information, but what I'm trying to get at is that you can only imagine how crushingly lonely this must be. Imagine not being able to leave your room. Yes, we were all there during COVID, but we at least knew that it was probably going to end at some point. And I'm sure many of you knew, me included, that this was awful for our mental health. Not being able to see the people that you care about or interact with friends.
Okay, I understand how this was a terrible time for a lot of people, but this was great times for me. I'm not going to lie. It was great. Like the roads were all clear. Nobody was going outside. And like all of my homies were like home to play because they weren't at work. It was great times in gaming, I will say.
Or just have a casual
it was just another day for me.
interaction with a cashier person is interactions that I'm sure all of us missed. And it was thanks to VTuber technology getting so much better and more accessible that Mouse was able to stream like me or like you or like any other big streamer. It was a level playing field. And on top of that, if you were a more artistically inclined person, you could show off your artistic skills by, you know, I don't know, costume design or singing or lore or voice acting. There's so many more facets to it than me raging a Jump King. It's talent, okay? And one of the best clips of Mouse's early career is when she's trying to raise money to get a new medical bed. Basically, normal beds, not good. They don't offer you support. They don't allow you to, like, you know, go like lie upright. Basically,
that must be really hard, actually, like for streaming. Like if you're like stuck in a bed.
A lot more support.
Yeah.
She asked her viewers if they'd be willing to donate towards that, and within minutes, they'd smash that goal.
I don't like to call my bed my bed. I don't like calling it my bed. It makes me feel very embarrassed. It makes me feel not so good. So I like to call my bed my workspace because that's where I am all the time. Fox, thank you so much for the penalty. God damn it! Now,
So wait, what are people hating on?
now, thank you so much for the dono. Thank you.
And I think a lot of people forget that Mouse didn't used to stream long. Mouse used to only stream for like an hour or two at a time and then would go offline to take medication. But now feels comfortable enough to take the medication and still keep streaming, which I think is an amazing thing and something that the outpouring support has allowed her to do. And obviously VTubers do more than just talk and play crappy games like me. Some of them have god tier singing skills. We all know that Mouse was training to be an opera singer and sounds incredible.
If you could look at me once more.
Damn.
Combine that with aesthetically pleasing designs that are constantly changing, and it's no wonder that VTubers eventually had their boom. Now, obviously, Twitch and YouTube have always been very gamer-centric and gamer-focused, and gamers aren't exactly known for being the most chill and reasonable people. Look, I was a Call of Duty kid. If I said the things that I said in those lobbies, and they were recorded, I would not be here today. I would not have a career.
Have I ever said something in a lobby that was like awful? I don't know if I have. I have a very strict policy of I only shit talk people if they shit talk me first. And I always make sure I'm going to win first. So like there's like two things I have to do. One is like they have to shit talk me first, and then two, I have to like like I'm about to win, basically, then the conditions are met for like peak shit talking.
Or any career. I was toxic, okay? Now look, I've been a content creator for 10 plus years online. It's been my entire adult life. I've been doing this for so long that I'm a fossil in internet years. And even before that, I would pretty much only...
When was this guy on the internet?
Not be here today. I would not have a career. Or any career. I sat in those lobbies and they were recorded.
Okay.
Look, I've been a content creator for 10 plus years online. It's been my entire adult life. I've been doing this for so long that I'm a fossil in internet years.
I don't like when people call themselves fossils.
And even before that, I would pretty much only spend my time on the internet. And it was normal that as a creator that you would get some kind of hatred towards you, or some people who would just blindly write mean comments. It was part of the job. Doesn't mean it's a good part or that we should accept it, but it's just kind of how it was. And because every creator would get a bunch of hate comments here and there was a kind of a mutual respect amongst creators that you wouldn't just blindly insult each other for no reason. You wouldn't insult someone you didn't know or you didn't have beef with. It was a thing that you could expect because that's how normal people
is a
behave.
really detailed
However,
fossil
nowadays it kind of
exhibit,
feels like that's
isn't it?
not
I'm not a fossil.
anymore. It feels like it's kind of encouraged or okay to punch down and make fun of other creators that you don't like or you think that something's weird about them. And this has happened a lot with VTubers. For example, in 2022, a massive TikTok creator, Noah Glenn Carter, made a video mocking the fact that people wanted to meet Mouse virtually. Here you go.
This might be the saddest video on the internet. So I want you to take a look at all these people. They were all trying to get the attention of a monitor. Basically, that's a popular VTuber on the monitor that was virtually attending an anime convention. And this whole crowd of people were following the monitor in hopes that they could get a picture with it.
Now, obviously,
Okay, listen, guys. So, like, the great thing about VTubing is that anyone can do it, regardless of like many problems like life can throw at you. So like in Mouse's example, like she can't go to one of these places, right? I don't know if that's 100% true. I'm assuming because of the immunodeficiency thing. I'm assuming that she can't go to these places because she might get sick. She might get COVID, and then that would be like fucking awful. And that is of course is like a very extreme example of this. But there's plenty of other examples of people who are just introverts, right? People that are introverts, people that people VTube for all sorts of reasons. And I think that's the great thing about it. It's really like one of the only, it's kind of like the closest vector that we have like right now to like kind of be yourself, really, right? Without having to worry about a lot of like other things, right? Like for instance, I have trouble meeting people in person and stuff. Essentially, I have like really bad social anxiety and like I throw up, things like that. So it's like being able to like actually like, do like a meet and greet and like meet people. It's really kind of cool. Even if I'm not like a social person, it is cool to do it every now and then. And again, there's many reasons that people do this, right? Like, whether it's like you just really like anime and like, you grew up liking anime and you're like, man, like I wish I could be anime, things like that. Or like maybe you're not super hot. The thing is like if you're like a girl streamer, if you're not like turbo hot, like it's kind of hard to like actually like do super well. Whatever you want to say about it, like, cope or whatever, that's just the truth. Like that's just how it is, right? And then there's some people that they just also just value privacy. People that don't want to get fucking swatted, don't want to have like stalkers, like again, especially like for women, right? You don't want to get like stalked in the streets and stuff like that. So yeah, like people just like shitting on it like this, like dude, it's literally the player haters ball.
You and I know that Mouse can't leave her room, and this is the only way that Mouse can walk around a convention
like
or
fucked up.
see any of her viewers.
It's just hating for no reason. Like, who cares? You know what I mean?
Or any of those viewers can talk to Mouse. It's a rare experience for everyone involved, and an amazing feat of technology that we can even do anything like this. And to his credit, he did apologize.
This is an apology to a creator called Ironmouse because of this video. Now, in my video on this, I called the video one of the saddest videos on the internet, which is completely unnecessary on my part. And Ironmouse actually responded, clarifying that the people weren't even crowding her, but instead they were crowding somebody named Connor that was there. I'm really sorry to you, Ironmouse, if you're watching. My video was completely unnecessary. I really hope that my video didn't cause you any kind of negativity or anything. And again, I am so...
I mean, at least he apologized, but dude, how did you not think that this was where it was gonna go? Like, how do you make this kind of thing and then not, how does your brain not connect that that's where it goes?
So sorry if it did. I will be deleting that video as soon as I post this one.
First of all, ouch. Second of all, you didn't think there was going to be any negativity?
Exactly.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean?
To Noah's credit, he did apologize and take down the video. And I think that needs to be commended, as a lot of people don't have the common decency to do that anymore. But would you not have taken it down if nobody complained? If everyone
probably
joined in, haha, let's make fun of it. Would you not have taken it down? Or did you take it down just because people were like, hey man, you're kind of a dick? The reason why I show you this is not because I want to send any hatred. This is 2 years ago. It does not matter. It's over. Do not send hatred towards another creator. And if you do, you're a piece of shit and you should not be here. But why is it now that you can just dunk on something that you don't know anything about, you don't understand, and you didn't bother to research into? Why is that the norm now? Why is it that you just post first and research second? Oh, I got some hate about this. I'll take it down. Don't worry about the other 500 videos where I blindly made fun of people I don't.
This like happens so much though. People like post like an insanely unhinged take, and then they don't really think about what they say. They say like something like incredibly unhinged, and then it's like they can't stand by it. So it's just like you just have to go out and make an apology.
Don't understand. The sad truth now is that it seems like it's okay if you're a large creator to be a dick to anybody you want or don't like or don't agree with. You know, having a large audience is a huge responsibility. Whether we like it or not, we are influencers. We influence people with our opinions and what we say. I'm sure some people watching this video right now will be influenced by my opinion on all of this stuff. That's how it goes. But for some reason, it's okay now to blindly hate others and send rabid fans to go and attack people and stuff they don't understand. Why? It's hard enough just existing right now. It is horrible living in this year. It is a miserable time to be alive. Why are we?
What is he talking about? The miserable time. What? I feel like this is a little bit like melodramatic, because like, to be honest, like we live in like one of the best times in humanity to like exist, honestly.
Making it harder for everyone. And if you're a VTuber, it is kind of just accepted now that you just get this level of blind hatred all the time. It's insane. Why is this okay? Anyway, moving on with the timeline. Since then, Mouse, and I assume most VTubers, have had to deal with insult after insult that is normalized. For Mouse personally, this level of hatred and vitriol escalated another level when Mouse was nominated for the Game Awards. Now, the Game Awards have this category for Content Creator of the Year. Obviously, this year had a massive amount.
Why wouldn't she be nominated as a Content Creator of the Year if she like is breaking all these records?
Of very, very big creators that I'm sure we're all familiar with. But to the surprise of Mouse, and to most of us, Mouse got nominated. And then this isn't saying that Mouse didn't deserve it. Mouse had an amazing year. Mouse had raised a ton of money for charity, had broken the all-time sub record for a woman on Twitch, and had done just some of the most amazing shit when you consider that Mouse is bedridden and has to have medication every single day that completely changes how any of this would be done, and providing such an insane energy to every stream whilst battling a ton of medical issues that are permanent throughout Mouse's life. I think the nomination is deserved. And by some sheer miracle, Mouse had won the award. It was a crazy achievement, and nobody expected Mouse to win, to be honest, because Mouse was by far the smallest creator out of the ones that were nominated.
And the Game Award goes to Ironmouse.
Obviously, these creators were massive, and a lot of their fans that are watching the Game Awards were a bit upset about Mouse winning the award. This has led to a constant, and I cannot preface this enough, a constant stream of hatred now that Mouse has had to deal with openly on all of her socials for years now. This is the level of hatred that is normally like, I just gotta show you. I gotta show you. It's like ridiculous.
Yeah,
this is 2022. Back when Mouse's comments were pretty normal, I'd say. As you can see here, this is beating Kai. Okay, a little negative and unnecessary, but not that bad. This over Kai? Bro, who are you?
Alpha, thank you.
And luckily at this point, not all the comments are like this, but they're by far the most liked ones, and it only gets worse the closer we get to...
I mean, to be fair though, like when you get bigger, you get more haters. Like just the bigger you are, there's going to be like a higher percentage of haters. And the thing is this is just a phenomenon of like the human mind. You see like a negative comment it like stands out. Even like you could get like 20 like comments that are positive and like people saying like, oh, like I really like your stuff, like, oh wow, like you just really made my day. You can get like 20 of those, and then you get one that says like, yeah, you're fucking piece of shit, you're the worst. Like you get like one of those, it makes you feel like shit, even though it's like one dude, right? And there's like 20 people like saying like, oh, you know, like I'm really happy, like you do this stuff, really makes my day. It's just how like psychology works. You notice like bad things more easily because it's when things happen, you focus on the negative because that's the threat, kind of a survival mechanism that like people have, right?
And you think, okay, maybe something happened at the time. This has been,
but that being said, you know, I don't want to like gloss over this like that. It does suck. It does. And like no matter like how strong you are, like no matter like how much fucking armor you have, like sometimes like one or two of them get through your armor, right? And then you feel like shit. You're like, oh man, like, you know, I you know. And you just feel it every now and then you'll get hit by it, and you'll feel sad because, you know, people are saying bad things about you. Everybody does, right? Everybody experiences this. Someone says something about them, and it makes you upset. Obviously,
pretty much constant until now. Speed and Kai on top. How is the stream of the year?
Sometimes it hits you all at once. It kind of like builds up, and you're just tanking it, and then like just one day you get one that gets past your armor, and then all of them just kind of cascade on you at one time, and then you just have a day where you just feel kind of depressed. And it happens to everyone, I think, that streams at some point. Like when you get it happens to me too, you know.
Why do you care?
Yeah.
Why? Like, if I just haven't seen something, I just don't interact. I don't understand what has happened where we all feel the need to say our opinion and be like, yeah, guys, we hate this, right? Who cares? You're a loser. This has gone on for months. It's pretty much just led to Mouse just not posting on TikTok, which I feel is really fucked up. You can just successfully...
Is that why? Is that actually why she's not posting on TikTok?
Bully a massive creator off a platform. The reason why this
TikTok's also just kind of annoying, honestly. It's really annoying to upload on it and stuff.
will happen, by the way, is just because Mouse won an award. What? And this is just the stuff that Mouse gets on her own socials. This doesn't include the hatred that she receives from just existing in those posts from those low-tier bait Twitter accounts that post, can you believe this cartoon is beating Mars streamer, guys? And it only escalated once more when Ironmouse got the all-time sub record on Twitch, which led to a bunch of news articles tweeting about it and people talking about it. And unfortunately, a lot of people were just being blindly hateful. And of course, this level of hatred doesn't just stay on the platforms you'd expect it to. It's also in Mouse's chat. Here is a 85-page...
Guys, you think about this though, like, man... Guys, anime has gotten so powerful that they feel threatened. They actually feel so threatened by anime. We've gotten so powerful, guys. The anime community, anime fans rise up, you know? Like, they're threatened, man. They're scared.
Page document of just some recent bans.
The normies are getting scared.
Of people saying the most heinous shit.
I no longer need
Mouse.
God.
Now you're telling me this bitch-ass VTuber surpassed.
Yeah, we got the Vatican now has Lucha, dude. Dude.
Nah. God, you know these people are so ugly. Just sad how Sims donate to this crap. This is the bitch that broke Kai's record. I refuse to believe any of you are...
Dude, can you imagine, like, having this much hate in you? That, like, you feel... I never understood this. Like, just having, like, such a high level of hate that you feel compelled to, like, actually type shit like this. Like out. Like, how do you get to that point? Like, I don't get it. Like, how do you get to the point that, like, you find the need to post something like this in public? Dude.
Real human beings. Unless you have less than 60 IQ, no one in this chat is real. I've been watching this shit for 10 minutes and I want to kill myself. How do people watch this shit, you weirdos? You'll never get on Kai's level. You guys know this is a fat guy, right? Amongst obviously all those insults, a lot of people saying that Mouse is lying about her illness.
Wait. Mouse gets those too? Oh, I'm okay then. I
don't have to tell you why that's wrong. Like, look at this.
I was like honestly, I was like really self-conscious about my voice because like my voice is kind of like tired sounding and like really shut up femboy Leaflit. Yeah, people keep calling me femboy Leaflit. I'm not a femboy. Holy shit.
This is psychotic. This is fucked up. How is this okay? And by the way, this is the list, obviously, that doesn't include the N-word bans, or that would be another 20 pages. Because of course it would be. Like if this was my chat, I just would not.
I mean, again, it's like if you're, again, I'm not trying to like super diminish like what's happening like to her. Obviously, it's awful. But like when you're that big, this is just the natural course. People are going to click on it in order to like throw hate. You're just a bigger target, right?
Stream. would just not show up. This is fucked. 100%. I want to make this clear. I'm not blaming any creator. Obviously, we saw a lot of people name dropping Kai, saying how could this lose to Kai and all that stuff. This is not.
I mean, unless I'm pretty sure he didn't do this. He doesn't seem like the type of person to do this. Unless Kai straight up told people to do this, it's really not his fault. Whatever like your fans do is not really your fault. And this is kind of stupid. It is obviously like a very stupid argument that like, oh, something that like one of your fans did like to like get angry at the competition and like you're directly responsible is kind of stupid.
Me blaming Kai in any capacity. I think his audience is at the size that is absolutely absurd. And at that level, you can try and tell your viewers, hey man, look, be respectful, which Kai.
Yeah, he isn't holding him responsible. Yes, I know, but I just felt the need to clarify it myself.
Has on numerous times. He's openly praised Ironmouse and been very supportive towards small creators.
Ironmouse has always been top 5 all time. She's somebody I had to pass during my first subathon. Now, I know people are defensive. I know a lot of people defend me and shit like that. But Chad, if you actually looked at her stream and actually kept up with what she's doing, you feel what I'm saying? Not only was it for a good cause, but it was pretty well put together.
But obviously, you know, as a creator, you do still have some influence over your viewers. And I think it's important to make sure that when you see this behavior in the community that you call it out. And I'm not entirely sure when this happened online, but it feels...
Yeah, because you're an influencer. You can influence like your community to like do better. Yeah.
Feels like it's okay
Obviously.
to just blindly make fun or hate something you don't understand or have not learned anything about. But I guess that is more of a reflection of the current times we live in, because everyone seems to do that all the time. As a creator, I would be embarrassed if I saw my viewers blindly hating on someone else using my name. I would be mortified if I saw that. And the one good thing about all you guys is that I know that you don't do that. And I appreciate that because you're all cool and you're all normally well-adjusted people, I hope. And look, I don't have a point of this video. I don't have a plan.
I don't know why, dude. I have a screw loose, but the first thing that I thought in my head was like troll account time. But like I wouldn't do that. Obviously, like my sometimes my brain goes to like a really like fucked up place, but then I always rein it back in.
I was just going crazy looking at all of this open hatred and losing my mind, wondering why this is normal. That was literally it. And that's the reason why I'm making this video. And I kind of wanted to ask if anyone else or any other VTubers or any other even YouTubers, if you've experienced this same kind
That's why I have such a dark sense of humor, because like my brain like always goes to like some cursed ass place.
Level of blind hatred.
Intrusive
yourself.
thoughts, yeah.
I would love to hear about it, just so that I know that I'm not going crazy. I hope we can have a civilized and good discussion in the comments. And so with that, I wish you all the best of luck. Don't let these urinal cake eating children distract you from what you want to do in life. Now I'm going to go drink a beer. Bye.
Anime hate has been kind of on the rise, and just VTubers in general, right? Like you see a lot of stuff where VTubers are being like kind of specially targeted by stuff that doesn't make any sense. Even on Twitch, right? There's like a lot of those posts that you guys see of like VTubers doing something that's like not even close to like the level of like IRL streamers and like yet getting banned for it. Yeah, there's just a lot of like anti-VTuber sentiment, I think. The power that is available now to like in those spaces is a lot more, right? Like Dungeons and Dragons became a lot more popular, like tabletop becoming popular, gaming becoming more popular, anime becoming more popular, VTubers becoming more popular. All of that is like kind of like taking away from, at least that's probably how they see it. A lot of it is taking away from like kind of more mainstream, like kind of normie stuff, right? So it's kind of like, I don't know, just feeling a little bit like they're becoming like less popular, and then, you know, it makes them pissed off, I think. Again, people, it's just a natural inclination to be angry at like what you fear.